Chapter 11: How to Raise Money and Succeed Long Term. Hey, Emma.
Hi, Liam. Is everything all right?
Sort of. The business is going really well, better than expected, but I'm starting to stumble a little. Now that we've brought some people on board and we're really chasing product market fit, we're burning through money a lot quicker than I'd hoped. Soon we'll have none left at all. Everyone's starting to get a little nervous, and they're all looking to me for guidance, but I don't know what to do.
It sounds like you need some advice on 1, how to approach your investors for more money, and 2, how to lead. We've talked a lot about how to run a business, but now I think it's time to talk about what a leader has to be in order to successfully run a company.
Yes, that would be great.
All right then, let's lay down the final piece of this puzzle. Asking your investors for more money is as easy as saying those words. We need more money, but their answer will depend not just on how the business is going, but also on how you say it, how you stand, how you look, how you sound, who you are.
But I'm the same person I've always been.
That's not true at all. When I met you, you knew nothing about business, and now you're running a successful startup. I'd say that's a pretty big change. Investors need to see that drive in you, the passion that's gotten you here. They need to see that you have grit and determination, that their money is going to someone with the sheer power of will to succeed against all odds. You remember we said that 80% of startups fail? They need to see that you're determined enough to be in the 20%. But beyond that, when you ask for money, they'll ask why, and you need to know the answer.
Well, our coders have run into some problems, and our marketing team is struggling with their budget.
Those are the solutions that the money will render and aren't as important as the problems you need to solve. Investors know that you'll put the money to good use, but you need to have a clear understanding of the problems you face. You need to be able to convey exactly why the money's run out already. Our marketing team is facing a saturated market. That's the problem. You need to be aware of those problems going in. Only when they know what the problem is and know that you know what the problem is, can you present them with a solution. With more investment, we could buy out a small competitor who has a poor product but a good marketing strategy. Absorbing them would allow us to dominate a larger market share. Solutions are linked to problems, but if you lead with the solutions, the investors won't see a need for it. Do you understand?
I think so. They need to see all aspects of the business. My passion, my ability to identify problems, and my ability to solve them.
That's the sort of founder I'd invest in.
Right, but that still doesn't solve the problem of my leadership skills.
There are 3 core concepts when it comes to leading, 3 things that all leaders have. The first is to be a great thinker and a great communicator. You need to be able to effectively and succinctly communicate the company's ethos so that everyone has a single imperative to follow. It keeps everyone on the right track, and to do this, you need to think. Clear thinking precedes clear communication.
What do you mean? Just take time out of the day to think? I can't do that.
Your employees are burdened with their own job stresses. They need to perform a task efficiently, and to do that, they can't be worrying about things outside of their remit. They need to be sure the company is safe. If you have a problem, you need to be dealing with it internally. Thinking about it and taking time to do so will allow you to solve problems without broadcasting that there is a problem. If you're running around the office raving about the lack of funds, then that won't inspire confidence in your staff. Once you've solved your problem by thinking about it and then coming up with a solution, you need to be able to confidently and succinctly communicate it to your staff. This is what happened, but don't worry, it's solved. I just wanted you to know.
But if it's solved, then why tell them at all?
You specifically hired really smart, trustworthy, driven people. You told them that your company was a place where they could feel valued and appreciated. Showing you trust them enough to tell them about the problems you faced only reinforces the bond you'll have.
What if they take the news badly and become disconcerted with the problems?
That's the second thing a leader needs, great judgment in people. Not just about who's great, but about how people will react, the way you need to approach them, and how they should be spoken to. Making a grand announcement may not be the best way to talk to everyone. Some people might need a different approach to process information. You have to be able to know when to shout and when to whisper. This is your team, and being a leader is all about being the person that they all want to follow individually and together. Showing understanding will only build further trust.
All right, I get it. But what about when it comes to inspiring them? Talking is needed, sure, but we need to forge ahead, and I want them to follow me.
Being a leader is all about integrity. If your team can trust you openly and they know that you have their best interest at heart, then they will. You don't need rousing speeches or podiums to be a good leader. Being someone that they can trust will serve you better. If you make a mistake, admit it. If something happens, share it. If someone comes to you in confidence, don't betray it. Build a culture of trust and reinforce it in the workplace. You're all in this together, and if you can't rely on each other, how can you expect to succeed? Leading is about inspiring that in each other, about leading by example and showing them the sort of employees they need to be by being one yourself.
Thanks, Emma. That's really helpful, as always.
No problem, Liam. I think you're ready now to run your own company to success. I know you'll do great. Good luck. Hi, Liam. I've got some questions for you regarding raising money and succeeding. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Question 1. What things do investors need to see in a founder when they ask for more investment? A. Unwavering determination and grit. B. A passion for the endeavor not driven by money. C. Something that makes them uniquely qualified and suited to the role. D. A true understanding of the problems faced and not just the solutions. E. All of the above.
It has to be E. All of the above.
That's right. All those things are key aspects that investors will look at when deciding whether to give you more money. They need to know that you'll do the right things with it and not squander it needlessly. Question 2. Why is it so important to take time out of your schedule to think? A. To appear wise to your colleagues. B. So you have time to yourself to catch up on personal work like emails. C. So you can take up golf. D. So that you can internalize and solve problems that you don't need to burden your team with.
It's D, right?
Right again. A lot of founders think that taking time out means time to catch up on work they've missed, but that's not true. When it comes to emails and other menial things, you should be delegating them when possible. As the leader of the company, you need to be tackling bigger issues. They fall on you as the leader, and that's the role you've chosen. Taking time to address those issues in your mind will keep everyone else at ease and keep things running smoothly. Question 3. Why is trust so important in the workplace? A. People will always take you at your word if they trust you. B. When you tell your employees that there's been a problem, but now it's fixed, they'll believe you. C. People will come to you with their problems, knowing you won't betray them. D. When you say that you need them to push harder, and you will too, they'll get behind you. E. All of the above.
It's E. All of the above.
That's correct again. Building a core ethos of trust is imperative for the success of any company. Employees need to trust in their leader to do right by them and the company. They need to know that every word from your mouth is truth and everything you do is in their best interest. Even if it doesn't seem that way at first, having trust in you will allow you to act independently without having to make sure they understand every detail of your actions. If they have faith in you to do the right thing, then you can save a lot of time spent explaining as to why you're doing it. Trust is the foundation of any great working team, and it's up to you to inspire them.
Thanks, Emma. Great as always.
My pleasure.